Hi, I'm Vespers. I'm an Ableton Live certified trainer, a glitch hop music producer, and live performer. I teach computer musicians how to write and perform music using Ableton Live through online HD tutorials. Our tutorial today is going to be on using Ableton Live's audio effects racks to be able to create what are called Smartknobs. Before we get started, I'm just going to show you a little preview of what we're going to be making. So this is the smart knob that we will be creating in our tutorial today. Okay, let's get started. As you can see, first of all, what we have here is a basic breakbeat loaded into our arrange window. Just a nice simple drum loop, and this is what we're going to be applying effects on top of today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an audio effects rack. So how we can find our audio effects rack is under audio effects in the browser, audio effects rack. You can simply drag it onto the drum loop track. Another way of creating an audio effects rack is using the group function. So I'm going to delete this, and we're going to start off with an auto filter. So if we already have an effect in the window, you can create an audio effects rack simply by right-clicking and going group or pressing Command G on the Mac or Control G on PC. Now you can see it's created a little rack. It has tabs around it, which means we are now operating within an audio effects rack. Now I'm not going to go through all the functions of racks. This is more of a tutorial on how to use racks, not what racks are. So if you are unclear as to what a rack is and want a bit more detail on that, feel free to search out some other tutorials. There are lots of great ones. So let's start off with our auto filter. Now we're going to switch it to a high pass setting. Drag our cutoff point down a little bit. And I really like one of the features of the auto filter, which not necessarily a lot of people discover, is sidechaining. So to get to sidechaining, we click this little triangle here. We activate sidechaining by pressing that button. And I'm going to sidechain the auto filter from the track that it's actually on, from our breakbeat. So we select breakbeat, and in order to get the auto filter to start moving with the breakbeat, we turn the envelope up. So what's happening is the sidechain is using the amplitude of the transients in the breakbeat loop here to drive the filter cutoff. It's actually moving the filter cutoff in real time as the beats hit. So it creates a really nice moving effect, and I like to use that on the auto filter. So this is going to be the first effect in our series. The next effect we're going to do is to add in a gate and an erosion plugin. So if we want to add more effects to the rack, we simply click here, which gives us access to the chains. Now we're going to add in a gate, and we're going to add in an erosion plugin. To add in two plugins in a row, you simply drag it, drop it onto the chain that you're looking to drag it onto. So now you can see in chain number 2, we have a gate and an erosion plugin. Now I just want to be operating with one effect at a time, so I'm going to solo this chain so I can just hear my gate and erosion plugin. Great, that's the sound I'm looking for. Now we're going to move into another chain, and this time we're going to use a chorus plugin. So we simply drag it down into the drop audio effects here area, and it's created a third chain. We're going to solo it, and we're going to play our drum loop. And cranking the feedback up is pretty much the only thing I'm going to do. I like that long kind of metally sounding chorus on the drum loop, and we're going to leave that as is. Now we're going to move into a beat repeater. So we're going to grab our beat repeat here, and again we're going to solo it. And behind the beat repeat, we are going to put in a Redux plugin, which is a bit crusher. Again, dragging it onto the chain directly. I like the soft setting on the bit crusher, and we're going to add in a little bit of downsampling. And we're going to play it and tweak the settings a bit. Great, that's what I'm looking for. Now in our last effect, we're going to add in a ping pong delay. and solo it, and let's check it out. Perfect. So now we have 5 different effects chains in here, and the next part we're going to show you how to do is how to switch between them seamlessly in real time.